So, Colin, do you believe LeBron is stressed to face the Warriors in a third straight NBA final?
No, I think this is rare territory. I think the pressure's on somebody else. Vegas likes him. The media likes him. It's all on KD because that's the guy that has been Mr. Unreliable, whether the OKC newspaper wants to retract it or not. I also think this is very rare. I think the series is going to turn in Game 1. Cleveland's going to win this game. The well-rested team of the last 20 finals is 9-11. Young, hot teams don't want time off. They're going to get 9 days off. Old veteran teams do. Cleveland gets 6 days off. Golden State's been weakest in Game 1. This is way too much time off. The refs will allow physical play. You cannot replicate LeBron and physicality in practice. You can shoot all you want. I think Cleveland goes there and wins Game 1. Then the pressure's clearly, the urgency's on Golden State. And never forget this. Even if Golden State leads 3-1, they blew a 3-1 lead last year.
Going back in your mind, yeah.
Yeah, so if Cleveland win Games 1, LeBron doesn't have an urgent game until Game 4. I think if they capture Game 1, it is emotionally the easiest finals of LeBron's life.
It's interesting you point that out. See, I think what LeBron is letting us in on was part of what we just talked about, his unbelievable endurance, right? He never gets hurt. He never gets tired. 7 consecutive years playing in not just the finals, but also playing in the Olympics sporadically as well. His ability to kind of maintain this level. But it's also, he lets us understand his level of intelligence. And I think that's his greatest strength. I also think that's his greatest weakness, that he kind of sometimes overthinks things.
Yeah.
Like the reason that he struggles with his shooting is he overthinks it. He misses a couple early and he thinks I don't have it, so he shuts down in terms of shooting jump shots.
Totally fair.
And so he's kind of processing this, hold on, I need to compartmentalize, celebrate today, and then start to think about Golden State tomorrow. He thinks his way through everything, and I think that's what makes him different as a superstar. Like Kobe Bryant's a bright human being, but he didn't necessarily play smart. Like, he'd give me the ball, I score.
He didn't have a ton of empathy for teammates.
No,
right?
Same thing with Michael Jordan. Like, it's not that they're not dumb, but this guy is exceptionally bright. But I also think sometimes that holds him back, and the idea that he verbalizes, hey, that stresses me out. I know that pressure's in front of me, but I want to worry about celebrating what we just accomplished now, tells you about his emotional intelligence and how he kind of separates different times in his week.
All right, so Colin's point on the pressure not being on him is a great one. This is, there's always pressure on LeBron, but this is the least amount of pressure he's had on him in any series of his career. This is the least. He is a made
More
man.
so than the last one with the Spurs, because they'd won back-to-back then faced the Spurs the third time.
In that one, there was still enormous pressure because they had said not 3, not 4, not 5, and because he was going for a three-peat, and because people were always going to asterisk him until he won one for Cleveland, and we didn't know if he was going to go back. Right. I think for all those reasons. I think last year, and it's not just because he won last year, but because the Warriors added Kevin Durant, because the Warriors are 12-0. For all those reasons, I agree. But I also think this is more indicative of why he's able to not burn out, because he does savor the moment. I remember this time last year, he was criticized because when they beat the Raptors in 6 to make the NBA Finals, they had a big celebration. I think there was even a little champagne involved. And people were like, are they over-celebrating? They haven't even accomplished their goal yet. LeBron knows how rare it is. And if you watched the postgame, he said Kyle Korver, 13 years, first NBA Finals. He's calling out guys who this is their first moment.
Right.
He knows how hard the next 2 weeks are going to be. He wants to have 36 hours to savor what they've accomplished right now.
And this is one thing that I do know. I'm miserable to be around when I'm getting ready to play. And the higher the stakes, the more miserable or uncomfortable the people around me will be. LeBron goes 0 dark 30 in the playoffs. Now, I remember Dennis Green. Dennis Green taught us this as a team. He said, there's certain games where I need you guys as football players to go to a dark place. Tell your mom, tell your wife not to come to the game because what I need you to do is not going to be pretty. Now, LeBron just gave us as fans a little insight. You can call it stress, you can call it pressure, but it's real. And what he's got to do over the next 2.5 weeks that would put him in the same conversation as Michael Jordan, it's gonna be stressful. It's gonna hurt. And he just gave us a little glimpse and said, I'm gonna go there. because I know this is what is required to be one of the greats of the greats. And I just thought it was just so refreshing and so authentic that he said it.
See, I think, though, what you said, Chris, is exactly right, and why there will always be pressure on LeBron, and maybe even more so ramped up this year. One, it's a rubber match. They got a little bump last year by Draymond getting suspended and Bogut getting hurt. But more than anything, we're starting to use the name Michael Jordan, compare him statistically. You're saying he's better than Michael Jordan. What hasn't he accomplished? I've been watching. Other people are starting that same narrative. And now, when he failed in Dallas, it's because he started to realize one of his first goals to be an NBA champion. And the question becomes, can he overcome that stress, that pressure, overcoming now the legacy of Michael Jordan?
But we can't deny LeBron's an all-time great. He's 18-5 against KD. KD loses? Where are we going with KD? You can say the pressure's on MJ. I'm going to button this up. LeBron's 18-5 against KD. LeBron's proven. We've already elevated him to the class. Yep. KD has to win this series. There's no excuses.